got enough to go around, and the thought takes place uptown. I grew up on a sidewalk while on street talk, and then taught to Hawk, New York. I go to Queens for Queens to get the food from Brooklyn. Make money in Manhattan and never been tooken. Go uptown to the Bronx and boogie down, get strong on the island, recoup and lay around. Time to build my juice back up, pop stack up, suckers get smacked up. Don't doubt the clout, they know what I'm about. I focus off, knocking it out, shaking them up, waking them up, breaking them up, breaking them up. Standing on shaky ground, too close to the edge. Let's see if I know the ledge. Corners trifling, cause shorty's here. I get cocked in, living 40s to beer. Here's a sip for the crew that's deceased. If I get revenge, then they rest in peace. Somebody gotta suffer, I just might spare one. And give a brother a fair one.
Hey, grace and peace, Lou here for UFL devotional for playoffs. All right, I'll be reading from Romans 13, verses 1 to 3, and they read as thus. Let everyone be subject to the governing authorities, for there is no authority except from God, and those that exist have been instituted by God. Therefore, whoever resists the authority resists what God has appointed, and those who resist will incur judgment. For rulers are not a terror to good conduct, but to bad. Would you have no fear of the one who is in authority? Then do what is good, and you will receive his approval. Is the reading of God's word. Now, it's interesting that I chose this particular verses, especially for the fact that we just finished our election. Now, there are many that may not agree with who won or have an issue with whatever, but the one thing that here in verse 1, it says that there is no authority except from God, and those that exist have been instituted by God. So in other words, God is the one who places our leaders in the office. Now, we might think, especially with some who might think with the 4 years of Biden, how horrible the economy has been, or whatever. But in all of that mess, God still receives glory. God allows things to happen because men are sinful. You know what I'm saying? We have all an issue with sin, where sin runs rampant in a lot of our lives. You know what I'm saying? We are free to sin, but at the end of the day, there's a consequence for that. But back to this verse, I know for me, for example, I had an issue when Obama was president, and I kept blasting him on social media. And older brother in the faith DM'd me and was like, look, God is the one who placed him in power. So in other words, my anger was more towards God when God knows way better than me. So now, here's the thing. Respect your authority. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the authority that may be. Whether it's the police, your governors, your mayors. Just remember that God has placed those particular people to be over us. Last thing is that this definitely applies to those who have put their trust and faith in Jesus Christ. My question to you, the listener, is, have you done that? Have you put your trust and faith in Jesus Christ? Because at the end of the day, no matter who's in power, when you die, you're going to have to stand before a just and holy God. And if he sees your sin, there's only one place that you will go, and that'll be to hell, where the punishment is eternal. I would just encourage you to seek after God, ask him to forgive you of your sins. Start off with reading the book of John, or John and the book of Romans. If you have any questions, you can ask any of us here on the staff of UFL. And with that, let me pray. Heavenly Father, we just thank you, Lord, for this time, Lord. We thank you for your grace and your mercy, Lord. Just ask you, Lord, to bless the hearer, Lord. Lord, that you may prick their heart, Lord, and they may come running to the feet of the cross, Lord. Lord, we just pray for the remainder of the season, Lord. We thank you, Lord, that there has been no major injuries, Lord. And Lord, that your word will continue to go forth. Just thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
All right, people, what's going on? What's going on? It's a pleasure, and I'm humbled to be with y'all guys today. I want to welcome y'all to another episode of Real Tough Talk. I'm Stephen J. Got my partner Ghost, got my partner Lou the Shooter, and we're here to bring you the Final Four of the UFL playoff system. This is where it all goes down.
Finally.
Me personally, I'm shocked at the teams that's in this game in these matchups. I wasn't in the beginning of the season. The way Rep City looked in the beginning of the season, I did not picture them being here. The way PME looked all season, I did not picture them being here. And GTM started off super slow, barely having a team, and they end up ended the season in first place, playing as well as they did. All of these teams, I did not expect them to make it. The one team that I did expect to find their way into the Final Four is the Monarchs. Because to me, I've never seen Chuck on any team not make the Final Four some way, shape, or form. And he's able to do that again. You know, keep that streak going. I think it would have been a blow to Chuck's legacy to not make a Final Four in this league. I think so. Some people think it wouldn't have mattered. I think so because Chuck has never been that low before. He's never been in a wild card team before. He's never been that low. So to make him at the Final Four, I see that. That doesn't mean it's a surefire thing for him to win this game, but the fact that he's there shows him and this Monarchs team was able to rally and get where they needed to go to be in this game.
Well, I think that if Chuck doesn't win a championship, it kind of tarnishes a little bit. Because think about it. What? It's been 4 seasons. His first season with DG. And then you 3 Final Fours for the number 1 pick. It's kind of, you would expect more, you know what I'm saying, for the most part, you know. But he has put up numbers. It's not like he's stinking it up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think it's more of a chemistry, getting used to whatever team you're playing with. But surprising that PME ended up 4-5, I guess, especially since they stole the draft, you know, like they were saying. GTM, yes, I didn't think they were going to be that good in the beginning of the season, you know, but once Tanner and Kevin showed up, it made a difference, and a lot of the other guys showed up as well. You know, Lou shows that he's still capable of throwing. And then with them, you know, in Rep City.
Kevin is slutty for y'all guys that don't know.
Yeah, I refuse.
He never calls these guys by their name that they asked for in the field. But he called Pam's. That's not Pam's real name, but he called Pam's.
But here's the thing. The thing is that Kevin, that's not a good name to call somebody.
Okay, I give you that.
Look, the same way I won't call Chris from Rep City, the big, tall, half Puerto Rican, half white guy, the guy from that plays for Tom Brady. I'm not calling him. Sorry, not doing it.
That's not a bad name.
I'm just not calling him that because he's not that. That's
okay.
why.
Listen, that's his opinion, so I can't get mad at that. But the slutty thing, I kind of see where you're going with that. I kind of get it. That one I get.
Well, look.
You won't call Prodigy.
But I won't call because he's 30-something years old.
You know, there was a rapper named Prodigy also, though. He never changed his name.
But I never knew him. You know what I'm saying? And he was a good rapper. See,
Jay Lewis doubled down.
Vic is what, early 30s? You can't be a Prodigy at 30-something years old. Come on. Let's be for real. You disagree, Stephen J? Come on.
I'm glad that you could tell us when he's no longer going to be his name. Because that he asked to be called.
How long has he been playing? 50 years?
Now, Kaka, I get that one while you were in color. I get that one. But
Jesse, yeah.
but you say these guys' names, and a lot of these guys don't know these players' government. So our audience don't know who you're talking about when you say the names.
Okay,
So,
got you.
You know, it's just funny.
Look, Kevin said stop calling him the other name at one time. He wasn't going to answer to that. So that's why I kept it going.
I would love to see how he got that name. But you know what? Matter of fact, I don't want to know.
No, you don't want to know.
All right, let's go, guys.
We'll jump into the first game of the day, and that's going to be GTM versus PME. GTM coming up off a beat in primetime. PME is coming up off of beating DG. Now, the last time these two teams met, GTM was able to beat PME 25-6, but they didn't have their starting quarterback. Rel was not here. I think Henry threw that game.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the difference at that time with that. Now, I give you the quick tail of the tape. GTM is coming in with the number 3 offense in the league. They're number 3 in offense. As far as their defense, GTM defense is 6. As far as sacking the quarterback, GTM is last in sacks. And as far as interceptions, GTM is 8. Now, PME is coming in with the 6 offense. We usually used to them scoring more. They kind of dropped down offensively, and I think that's mostly because Rel missed several games. Defensively, they were once the worst team in the league. They got a little better towards the end of the season. They end up tied 7th. As far as sacks, PME's 4th in sacks. I think that's because Courage has had a great season, so I think that's who helps them do that. And as far as interceptions, this team is tied for 3rd. They got a very good secondary when you got guys like Jaquan, you got Twan, you got Henry, you have West, you got good guys in that secondary that can definitely make plays. So that's the tails of the tape. Give me your thoughts starting with you, Lou. You tell me about PME, and Ghost, you tell me about GTM. Starting with you, Ghost.
Like I said earlier, GTM was a team that started off slow. They surprised me a lot going through the season. As soon as they had their full squad, that's when they had that fire under them that said they're a team that can go all the way. And they felt like that since they got together. Lou has been having a terrific season with this team. That's, like you said, they're 3rd in offense for a reason. Only behind Chuck and behind Slasher in terms of offensive quarterbacks, in terms of offensive total. So listen, you got to give it to them. They found ways to get to seal deal and get the games that they needed to win. They got that first place. They've been playing well. They're showing that they can beat any team that they face on the field, and they're here to prove that in this playoffs.
And with PME, they're a very athletic team, with Henry, Quan, West, Shane, and they've the situation with the quarterback. I think they missed some. He might have missed 2 games, if I'm not 3 games, because Henry threw 1 game. So out of the 3 he missed, they won 1 where they actually put up some numbers when they had the quarterback from Queens. I can't remember his name. Antonio, yes. He put up some numbers, if I'm not mistaken, that game.
Yeah.
So, their defense has gotten better because it seems like they finally clicked. I know we were talking about letting West take over the defense and running the defense or whatever. But, they going into the Final Four, they beat DG handedly last week, you know what I'm saying? And it's just giving Rel some time in the pocket. That's what should help them to victory.
All right, we're going to jump right into the game. GTM, I have both their draft picks in Slutty in the first round, 10 in the second round. PME, I have both their draft picks as Henry in the first round and West in the second round. We'll jump right into the game. After getting the first down, Rel will block it from Courage. Those who West on the sideline for a decent game. It's different that they going with Courage to block rather than Baby. Courage is a better blocker. He's more active. He can move a little better than actually Bear. Also, they got Bear and Baby who's kind of rotated the blocking, but now they got Courage who's showing that he can give Rel time, and that's a great switch up. Second down, Rel with blocker from Curtis. Those are West cutting in the middle for a decent gain. If you look here, the defense is leaving it open short. They're worrying about Rel's ability to stretch the field, and they're giving up the underneath, and Rel is taking it. Third down at the 15-yard line. Rel with blocker from Curtis. Those are Jaquan open in the corner of the end zone for the touchdown. If you look here, Jaquan makes a nice catch for the touchdown. If you look, Slutty leaves the sideline, and both Henry and Jaquan were wide open in the corner. Twan gets the extra point, 7-0. PME scores first, Lou.
Yeah, and on that play, Kevin decides to look at the quarterback and lets Quan go. And like you said, Henry was right there. So the corner was kind of messed up on that play, you know what I'm saying, because of Kevin looking at the QB. And like you said, it was a great catch by Quan on that one.
That's a great move by Quan. You know what I mean? And you know, obviously, Rel and Quan have chemistry. And the problem with Slutty is, Slutty, when he's motivated, is a great lockdown guy. But at times, he makes certain mistakes. And I think this is where rotation, they got to know the help. Because there's two guys open, and they're not, no movement, they're not really talking, and that becomes an issue, especially it haunts you in the playoffs.
You know, last thing on that one, Quan came at him and just cut to the sideline, and he just let him go and look at the QB. So I don't know what defense they were playing there.
Second down, Lou on 4 rush runs in the gap as Courage runs through G. Lou with a short gain and the first down. This shows you the power of Courage, Ghost. G is one of the best blockers in the league, and Courage ran over him like a freight train.
And I think that it was announced, I think G mentioned it, he's a little lighter on his feet now. I think he said he lost pounds. Listen, shout outs to him. That's it's a big weight to drop. But that doesn't mean that weight isn't needed on a play like this, because Courage ran right through him on this play. I think G needs to understand exactly how strong Courage is in order to adjust in the future. I think he just got caught by surprise, and Courage was able to rush right through him and force Lou to run for the first down there.
Lou with 2 passes in the gap for a decent gain. Third down, Lou throws it short to G, who runs on the sideline, and with the block on Carmine, G runs into the end zone for the touchdown. They get back into the game, 7-6. Was this a crackback? Yes. I'm going to tell you right here, this was a crackback hit. The ref did not see it for that quick second, but this is definitely a crackback hit, and it should have been a flag. What you think, Ghost?
And yes, I agree. The thing about it is the ref didn't see it. If you look, as G is running on the sideline, the ref is more worried about if he steps out of bounds as he runs into the end zone. That's what the ref is focused on, so he can't see the crackback block here. Listen, at the end of the day, you got to extend your hands on a play like this because the player is defenseless. So refs are going to throw that flag when they see it. No league allows this play anymore. Guys don't like it, but they got to get used to it because these guys can get hurt. Dudes have to work on Monday. So, at the end of the day, you can put your hands out. The guy's still going to be sent flying anyway. It's still going to be an effective play. So just extend the hands. If not, the refs are going to throw that all day. Luckily for Ant, the ref didn't see it.
What you think, Lou?
It definitely was. It was without a doubt. He came straight shoulder, and it wasn't really necessary for the most part. You know what I'm saying? If the ref sees it, now you got to do the down over, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't necessary at all.
And he got away with one, like Ghost said. All right, 7-6. Second down, Rel on 4 rush, throws to Henry on the sideline for a decent gain. Third down, Rel throws to Henry, cut in the middle, who runs with blockers on the sideline all the way into the end zone for the touchdown. 13-6. They take the lead even further. Let me tell you something. Love him, hate him, Henry's the best player in football. You can love him, you can hate him, you cannot stand him, he can be the villain. He is the best player in football because of the things he can do when he has the football and the intimidating factor he has when he's in the facility of the football. This is just a great play that Henry took 5 yards into 6 points. His speed is unbelievable, and the way that these guys came together and blocked is huge, and he ran right with his blockers. You can't give Henry space. You got to know where Henry's at on the field, and he hurts him with this play, Lou.
And it's funny because we talked about the crossing route, and that's what it was. He had an escort into the end zone.
Yep.
You know,
security.
it's funny because he had the first one in front of him, And then you see, because in the shot you can't really see, like you were saying, they just he walks in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's a big play for them, because now it's you got 2 possessions and you scored twice.
And just real quick, the thing about it is the defense, because they're playing so far back and leaving it short, someone like Henry with speed can change that play that's short into 6 points. And that's the thing that guys got to understand. When you have guys that can run in the gaps and take off like that, you got to play a little bit more, stop giving too much cushion. The defense did that, and that's why they were able to score right back.
Yep. First down during the free play, Lou with blocker from G. Throws deep to Slutty in the gap. Big gain and a first down at the 10-yard line. Courage is flagged for going offsides. It's declined. Tell me about the play, Ghost. What you think?
Courage got caught offsides because he went for the chuck right on the hike, and he just steps over. The thing about it is you got to know, hey, I stepped over, but I got to get the quarterback anyway, because G was still able to give him time after that fact. Lou was able to make a big play to Slutty. And say what you want about Slutty, this man is a dynamic offensive weapon. And when he gets open in the gaps, he is dangerous. And he's shown that time and time again. And Lou is able to find him time and time again.
Listen, y'all know I'm a basketball guy. Slutty is the James Harden in Houston, because he can beat you so many ways. The same way James Harden could beat you with a crossover drive-in, James Harden could step back 3. That's Slutty. Slutty could beat you over the top. He could beat you on a crossing route. He could beat you on a comeback. He could beat you on a curl. It's so many things this guy can beat you at. Offensively, he's undeniable, and Lou looks for him during the free play. Big play there. Second down, Lou with blocking from G, runs in the gap, getting him to the 6-yard line. Lou's losing his legs this game, looking smart. 3rd and goal, Lou rolls left on 4 of us, finds Slutty in the front of the end zone for the touchdown. If you look here, well, Slutty gets a 2-point conversion. 14-13, they take the lead. If you look here, Slutty cuts from the back of the end zone and is left wide open. I just said this guy can beat you in so many ways. And the thing that really had me going with this is the way Lou is moving in the pocket. He's not staying stationary. He's moving around in the pocket, and he's showing the defense his ability to run. He's not a big runner, but when you use that run as a threat, the defense has to respect it, and it gives your receivers more time. It's a great play, Lou.
And and the thing is, he knows he has to keep moving because of the pressure that Courage can bring. And that was a great route by Kevin. Ran to the back and came up to the front, which a lot of dudes don't do a majority of the time. You know what I'm saying? And he just beat the defender there. That was a great drive for them.
And I just got to say this real quick. Listen, you mentioned Slutty and compared him to James Harden. Understand that Slutty's a basketball player first. So he has those skills on basketball too. So everything that you mentioned about him, he can do on the court. So you got to remember that too. He has some highlights that people should watch. But at the end of the day, that kind of says something about his defense as well. Maybe. Yeah,
that's what I was going to say.
What you brought up, Jay. So is it convenient that you said that? But hey, I'm not going to bring that up right now. Slutty's playing terrific, and he's able to get into the end zone, keeping the drives going for them their second score today.
Hold on. On your point, Mike, he plays the same type of defense in basketball as James Harden.
See, I didn't say that.
I'm just saying. The Olay.
All right, PME gets the ball back. 3rd down with blocker from Courage. Rowe runs in the gap for a decent gain and a first down. Next play, Rowe with blocker from Courage throws to Shane, cutting in the middle. Shane makes a catch between 2 defenders. Twin misses the tag as Shane runs into the end zone for the touchdown. 19-14. They take the lead, Ghost.
And the thing about all of these drives that hasn't changed, each one, is Rel being comfortable in the pocket. He hasn't really been able to, needing to move, worry about the guy rushing in, because Courage is that protection. And it's funny because Lou, you've been talking all season about the president detail or whatever, the Secret Service or whatever. Courage got that job this game because nobody's getting into touch Rel at this point, and he's able to stay in the pocket and make these throws. This was a great throw by Rel With the two defenders converging, he's able to still make the throw and give Shane the opportunity to stay on the run and get into the end zone. This has been another impressive drive by this PME offense.
Second down, Lou with blocker from G, rolls right, throws the ball in the gap, almost picked off by Twan. After getting the first down on the last play of the half, Lou throws it up. The ball is tipped, bobbled by Shane, dropped by Ant, taking us into halftime, 19-14.
That was in his hands. That was in Ant's hands. Listen, I'm not going to say, oh, he blew the play, anything like that, but sometimes when your team needs it, you got to be there to come down with that ball. And Ant had it in his hands. He just couldn't come away with it. That would have been huge going into the half. That is a huge play, a difference maker play. Because Shane pretty much lost the ball. That was just an opportunity to just snag it right back for the touchdown. And that was just an unfortunate missed opportunity there.
And you know, and it's funny because going into half 14-13, this only stop in the for
19-14, I'm sorry.
19-14. Okay, 19-14. So, like you said, Mike, if going into the half, if you score there, now you tied up. But now, I figured one stop wins the game for whoever stopped. You know, whoever can get a stop, because so far, you know, they've scored on their first two drives. You know what I'm saying? Or the first three drives. Yeah. So
PME is 3 for 3 and GTM is 2 for 3.
2 for 3, yeah. So going into the next half, you know, PME got to stop them, and so does GTM, and try to score. You know what I'm saying, to keep it close, because the defenses in the first half wasn't exceptional for PME. You know what I'm saying? They got the one stop, but let's see if that's all they need.
All right, we'll jump into the second half. Lou with 3 passes for a nice gain. Fourth down, Lou on 4 rush, throws it Ant wide open on the sideline, who runs it all the way to the 13-yard line and the first down. If you look here, no one is open, is on the sideline. Listen, I know a lot of people, Ant rubs him the wrong way. That does not take away from this kid's talent. He's capable of making a lot of plays, especially when he keeps his head into the game. And Lou, this is a big play for GTM Lou to find him on this field, on this play.
Without a doubt, like, you know, he just let the ball fall out of his hands in the end zone. Now you got you get some yards here, putting you in the red zone where you can get close or tie it up.
Third and goal after 2 short passes. Lou on 4 rush, throws to Wande on the sideline, low, incomplete. Fourth and goal, Lou finds Wande in the front of the end zone for the touchdown. JD gets a 2-point conversion. 22-19, they take the lead back. Listen, I love the way he went to Wande, and the ball was low and incomplete. That means he saw something. The very next play, he comes back to him again and is able to score. That is how you lead your troops, and you stay confident in your receivers, and they take the lead with that one.
And if you look at this play, Wande comes from the sideline and then comes across behind Twan. Twan at the corner with knowing that he can't lead the corner, he points him out. Nobody shifts over, and Wande is left wide open in the front of the end zone. One thing I noticed about Wande is over time, he's been more and more of a significant weapon on his team. One thing about him is he's one person that extends the play. He's one person that, you know, can kill you over the top. But he's also a good red zone player, especially when he gets open like this. And Lou is able to find him on a big play to get them back into the game.
On that play, when they lined up on the side and came behind him, there really wasn't nobody there per se for Twan, because he had another defender with that receiver. So I don't. Do you not leave the corner because that's what you're told not to do, or should you follow?
But that's communicate. That's like a control defense. Because if they would have told him you can leave or go with him or whatever, then he would be able to move. But because nobody's talking, that leaves everybody on an island. Twan was left there by himself, and he wasn't able to shift over.
Plus, Twan is playing out of position. See, it's different when you're a safety. You know what's over the top. Right. You know what to do. You know what risks to take. When you're a corner and you're depending on someone else, he don't know what to do. Usually his instincts would have taken over, but when he's playing out of position, he's not going to have the same instincts, which is why you can see he didn't know which one to pick, and he gives him 6 points here. Rel gets the ball. Rel on 4 rush, throws to Henry, open in the gap, off target, incomplete. Second down, Rel throws to West, open on the sideline. That's going to be dropped. Takes us to 4th down. Rel with blocking from coverage, throws to Chad, open in the middle for a nice gain and a first down. Listen, Lou, with all these weapons on the team, we sometimes forget about Chad. Chad is still a capable player. Chad does have a championship playing in UFL, so not going to take that away from him. He's a game player. He's a breakaway player given the opportunity, but he's never argued about his role, even though it diminished a little bit because of these new additions. He's still capable and he's still making a big play. He had great first down by him there.
Absolutely correct. And the thing was, he was open from hike. You know what I'm saying? And that, you know, he's a good route runner and he's dependable for the most part when the ball's thrown to him. And that was a big play for them to get into the red zone.
Rel on 4 rusher, blocker from coverage, runs in the gap for a decent gain. West is flagged for the crackback. Tell us about this one, Ghost.
This was been a crackback, and the funny thing is, it looks almost exactly the same as what Anthony did. The difference is the ref caught this one, and the flags went flying. Understand, like I said earlier, extend the hands, and you will not get a flag. Nobody's saying that you can't make that play, but you can't lead with the shoulder on that play. And guys got to understand that moving forward. If not, these things are going to keep happening, and they're going to steal big plays away from you as long as you're able to do that over and over again.
You know what kills me, Lou? They all say, we're playing football. We're playing football. Football took certain hits out.
Yeah.
Because of injuries. Well, we don't have football's insurance. You know what I'm saying? We don't have IR that, you know, money kicks in and pays our bills. Right. So they take the side of the game. Stop doing it. Stop arguing saying this is football. It's no longer that because guys got to work. When we have jobs and we can stay in our home for a month and recover, that's different. We got jobs, mortgages, families, kids, mistresses, misters, whatever you want to call it. I just wanted to see Lou's. I just wanted to say that you saw Lou jump up.
Misters, what are you trying to say, Jay?
Listen, everybody got their own.
Did you catch that, Ghost? Hold up.
Listen, I was lost when he said mistress.
No, yeah, that was bad enough. But here's the problem.
He said,
this is the thing. Whichever Jay you are, right? You haven't been to church in a while. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you're there on Sunday, 323 East 82nd Street.
Okay.
Yours truly.
Right. No, we're going to be there, definitely. Everybody's going to be there. What I'm saying is, you got women's sports also where this is illegal. So I'm talking about overall, it's not allowed. You can't do it. That's what I meant. But I thought you was going to jump on more the mistress one because I sneaked down and you was like, hey, at the end of the day, it's illegal and guys jump and say, it's football. It's football. No, it's not. If it's a flag, so it's the same thing as a curse rule. It's not allowed. Just don't do it. This is a clear crackback block and he gets caught. Second down, Rel throws a Chad on the sideline who runs to the 5-yard line. Henry's flagged for a block in the back, 10 yards back. 2 penalties on 2 different plays. What do you think of this one, Lou?
It's funny because Henry pushed them, but it wasn't like a malicious. It was one of those push like let me get him out the way. But then when you do it, you're like, put your hands up. That's exactly what he did. And I saw that because I was on the sideline. The play before that, I wasn't too sure because of my angle. But thank God for Ghost being behind the quarterback where you could see the action. This one, it's still, look, whether he pulls back or whatever.
Trying to stop, it was still a block in the back.
Yeah.
So these are 2 big calls on PME on the same drive. Third down at the 13-yard line, Rel with blocking from coverage, rolls left, finds West open in the corner of the end zone for the touchdown. West gets the extra point, 26-22. No one's on the sideline. This is shame on GTM. PME got 2 flags on this possession. One for a crackback block, one for a block in the back. And they still was able to score. That's when your defense is, I'm not even going to say remotely, excessively bad. Because you're allowing them to score. First of all, they scored in every possession.
Yeah.
Second of all, they made 2 flags. So even when they make mistakes, they're scoring. And that's a big touchdown. That is a big momentum enhancement for this team. and now they're up 26-22.
And what is the one significant thing that has not changed for this PME offense? That is Rel being comfortable in the pocket. The whole way, he has had nobody touch him in the pocket. And this is unacceptable. If I'm Flo, if I'm Sticky, what am I doing? You have Molly not on the sideline on these plays, not rushing in. You have No More there? Nothing against No More. No More's not the guy that you have rushing in against Courage. That ain't happening. I don't care what day it is.
That's what he does. No More couldn't push my grandmother across the street.
A wheelchair.
Yeah. That's
in
how
a wheelchair, yeah.
That's not what he does. Not against Courage, who's one of the most aggressive guys in the game.
Yeah.
But my thing is,
I'm wondering if was Molly hurt because he only played like 2 downs.
Remember, they got G. That's their main blocker offensively. But you put Molly in on the defensive line. I don't care if Molly is in a wheelchair. I don't care if Molly don't got no shoes on. I don't care if Molly is walking backwards. You put him in this game because he has more height over Courage.
yeah.
And I think he's as strong, if not stronger than Courage. So it's ridiculous to have No More who's putting no pressure at all. At all. And his height doesn't help him. Why? Because he's playing against a tall quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bad substitution, bad non-substitution by both coaches. And I agree with you 110%, Ghost. This is ideally ridiculous by those guys. All right, Lou with 2 passes to Bo on the sideline for a decent game. 4th down at the 45-yard line. Lou throws an Ant in the gap, knocked away by Twan, turnover on downs. If you look here, Lou threw the ball late. Ant was open a little earlier. Lou took a little too long to find him, and that is a big stop by this PME defense.
And if you look, I'm going to show you exactly when he was open. If you look, as Ant is cutting right in the middle, right here, he's open. And if I believe right, I think that's either Karma. I'm pointing out the defender here. He's not looking on this play. He's turned around. So Ant is wide open and he has space to run.
It's Carmine, and Carmine let him go. Carmine turned his back.
Yes.
And then
So he wasn't even paying attention to him on this play. And Lou had time to throw the ball. He waited until he crossed into the gap to make that throw and gave Twan an opportunity to step up and make that play. And Twan was able to do so. He saw it a mile away once you let him go to the gap. So this was a missed opportunity by Lou not to throw it earlier and give Ant an opportunity to run in the gap.
You got to ask yourself, maybe the passing lane wasn't there.
No, it was, Jay.
So but what Lou saw, maybe he didn't think he could get it in the lane.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Or maybe he's so worried about the pressure coming in that he's worried about that, you know?
It completely, but you still got to make the throw earlier because Ant is open.
I see what you're saying, Jay, because Carmine was still a little close to him.
Right. So you still trying to wait until you get the clear out. And the waiting hurt him on that one. And it got knocked away by Twan. I told you, Twan may be playing out of position, but he's still a capable guy that knows how to track the ball. That's a big knockdown there. Scores 26-22. They're chasing 4 and they got stopped. Second down, rolls left on 4 runs. Throws to Henry on the sideline. Slutty misses as Henry runs for a decent game. These are the things I talk about Slutty. So they got to make this tag and he misses him. Third down, Rel throws to Jaquan, who gets past Mimi, caught in the front of the end zone for the touchdown. 32-22. West gets flagged for the cursing. They really don't care because they took a 10-point lead.
Listen, this was an excellent throw by Rel. Mimi was there. Mimi was guarding. And Rel was still able to make that throw to Jaquan. Listen, again, when you have confidence and you have time, Rel is going to pick you apart. And he's been throwing a perfect game so far. Unstopped in any drive in this game. Perfect. And when you're able to make throws like this, there's no way that a defense is able to answer, especially when you're guarding him and you're still able to make a throw through the defense. He did it earlier to Shane, and he's able to do it here to Quan in the end zone for his second touchdown today.
And you know, it was a great throw. The only thing was that Mimi was playing a little too far back. You know what I'm saying? He gave him too much space in front. That there was no way he could have defended that once that ball was there. But
Right, they're chasing 10. On a return, Tanner pitches it to Ant, but the ball falls out, recovered by Ant. Tanner's one of the most dangerous kick returners, special teams guy in the game, but this is trying to make a play, and they almost ended it right there.
Yeah.
Now, after 2 short passes, Lou, a blocker from G, is still sacked by Courage. 2 minutes left in the game. Lou throws to Ant. The pass is low, but caught by Ant for the first down. Lou rolls left, throws to Ruben in the gap, almost picked off by Twan. 2 picks Twan should have had. Second down, Lou throws a Sleddy in the gap for a decent gain, getting to the 20-yard line. Last down. Lou with blocker from G, throws it up, out of bounds, end of the game. PME comes away with the win, 32-22. Now we're going to talk to Jaquan from PME. We're going to talk to Flo and Sticky. Then we'll get Ghost and Lou's final thoughts, and we'll be right back. Stephen J here with Jaquan of PME, where they beat GTM 32-22. Y'all heard a lot of the talk. Y'all were overrated team. Y'all had all these players and no team. You guys was able to win the number 3 seed, get a bye, and then now make it back to the championship. Is it like I told you so moment that y'all never worried about what everybody else is saying?
It's not even I told you so. It's more that like just had to happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, we could have went the opposite way too. But having Henry, West, Tech, everybody, Quan, like we had to figure it out. I mean, if anybody they could figure out 8 games, I mean, then you know they're a great coach. But me, we was trying to figure out what to put everybody. We made some switches, bro. Revamped this whole offense, trying to get players involved, and now we clicking at the right moment.
Speaking about Bro, what do you think about the way he played today? He was able to put up points.
Oh, it's great.
Took it easy.
Composure. Bro, been running. We telling Bro to run more, picking up easy downs instead of getting positive plays to negative. Not going deep when he had to, making the plays when he had to, and cooking.
You guys have an opportunity to right the wrong. You got Rep City again in the championship. Is that kind of what you wanted?
Of course. Rep City, man. Queens versus Queens. We want them, they want us. Great game, great match. So they want to come win. You know what I mean? We played on a team together with them players, so it's like a friendly rivalry. You know what I mean?
You heard stuff. I mean, you had the championship when you was here, but it was here. You already heard 161 is a different animal under the lights. So y'all got to prep different than y'all did the first time y'all played?
Nah, we're gonna do what we usually do: watch film, talk about it in the chat, talk about what we need to do, on defense, offense. And that's just it. I mean, like I said, I play with Alex, I play with Shady, so try to see what the tendencies are, or do both what we know.
We're gonna thank Jaquan, PME captain, who got criticized, team got knocked down, got talked about. But it's funny that they made the championship.
Yeah.
So the question is, what they're gonna say now? They got one more left, but I think they should enjoy this moment because they earned it. So see y'all guys soon. Jay here with Coach Flo and Coach Sticky, where they lost versus PME 32-22. What happened in this game? How was PME able to put up so many points against your defense?
I don't know. We didn't play good defense. I don't care. We underestimated ourselves. Me and my team, we look at it. To me personally, it's all about we 30 defense. Gave up. Exactly.
All season long, we prided ourselves in making stops when we needed them the most. And today, we didn't make those stops. But it's not only defense. Offensively, we made plays when we needed to make. It was a game where we needed to pick the defense up, and the offense played. We scored 3 times. We averaged 4 touchdowns a game all season. We only scored 3 times. So that it was a team loss. Both sides of the ball didn't do what we were supposed to do today.
No matter what, the positive part is y'all guys experience success early in your first year.
Yeah.
What should we expect coming into next season?
We're coming to get that money. That's it. Get better. We're gonna pick up a couple of guys that we need. Like this year, I ain't even gonna lie. Special teams is bad this year because we didn't have a lot of people, and we didn't have that team to be like, oh, I'll play special teams, or I'll do that. I know next year. Trust me, I'm gonna get that blocker. I got 2 good blockers.
No
I'm
more
good.
victories.
I need to give
Winning the
up.
chip or is a failure. That's it. No more victories. It was a failure. This season was a failure because we didn't win.
We didn't win.
Y'all
Regardless of what happened.
Y'all both are up there for Coach of the Year. So it's kind of technically like y'all battling each other. Talking about
Ain't no battle.
like
If you get Coach of the Year, thank you.
It don't matter. We didn't get,
If we
didn't get the
what we
championship
wanted.
trophy. That's
Then we
all
didn't
they
get it what
get.
we wanted. Listen, we had determined when we picked this team and we did what we did with this team, we knew it was out of chip or win.
Yeah,
it wasn't this Final Four. It was chip or win. We messed up.
Yeah, we
so
knew
we
we had a
and him
good
gotta go
enough
back to
team
the
to
drawing
win.
board. That's it.
We knew we had a good
That's it.
enough team to win.
Chip.
how much? Now let's look at the bottom line.
Good.
How much fun did y'all have this season with your old team? You left UTF brand
Yeah.
and went on your own with Sticky, and y'all built a nice team. How much fun did y'all have this season?
We was
In the beginning, it was stressful.
guys was just showing
It was like, why did we
fucked
do
up.
this?
Yeah, why we
and
did-
then once we started getting our players, because
knew
it
we had
didn't
a-
matter we didn't have 12, 14 players, but we had the right players. So when all the right players showed up, it got fun because now we seen, okay, we got a chance to win this. You know what I'm saying? So in that sense, it got fun. But in the beginning, it got fun because where we came from and where we, you know what I'm saying? It made it better. But like I said, no more victories. We didn't win the chip, so it was a failure. The season was a failure.
To us.
Yeah,
I'm
the
saying to
big-
us. I don't know about
Yeah.
other people, but to me and him, we took it seriously.
Yeah.
Like, I already explained it. I already told. And if you didn't see it, I showed and proved. I love my team. Don't get it twisted. UTF was me. That's my brand. That's my little brother's brand. And we did that for a reason. And I would have did that for many more reasons. But when you go by behind back, it hurts. You understand what I'm saying? That's the whole thing. When you go behind the back, it hurts. I went with a that I know that's not gonna go behind me. And he's gonna look at me, he's gonna look at my face. And he's gonna be like, yo, Flo, I'm doing this, or I'm doing this. And if I don't take it, I'll take it. If I take it, I take it. And 9 times out of 10, he's my coach, I'm gonna take it. He knew how to speak to them more than I know how to speak to them. And I know how to speak to certain people, and he knew how to speak to certain people. And we came out good, like I said, but next year, trust me, we're coming back.
We're gonna thank GTM for being with her. I'll call it a successful season. Now they want to win the chip. I give you that. I'll call it a successful season because to bring back their first year together, drafting Slutty, drafting Tanner, getting Lou to show love again. Lou loves this game again. They were in a position they just didn't get over the hump. I still say this team is dangerous. Gotta see what happens next year. All right, guys, we're back. Thank you for them dudes for the interview. Y'all final thoughts, Lou, starting with you and PME.
Well, I wasn't surprised. I called, that was my pick in the game, but they played great defense for the most part. You know what I'm saying? And offensively, they just scored on every drive. You know what I'm saying? They played Rel did no interceptions. You know what I'm saying? He played, like Mike said, picture perfect game. You know, going into the championship, you know, second year in a row, you know, the season ended up well for them after all those, you know, Rel not making games or whatever, you know, but it should be an interesting championship, whoever the other team is that's playing them. Like, we don't know.
And real quick, I think Rel right now is playing with a chip on his shoulder. You know, he may not say that he has something to prove, but I think he has something to prove. Because how many times do we hear, oh, PME is going to play well, but it's up to Rel. Rel's going to mess it up for the team. Rel's going to make mistakes. Rel's going to cost him the game. And look at how Rel has been playing since the playoffs started. Now, the last game, he didn't really need to do much because the defense was that whole game. But since he's been started playing, he's been playing well. And this game, throwing perfect against a not to say perfect defense, but a team that can make stops, and you were able to play a perfect game, says a lot about him going into the championship game. And the thing about it is, as long as he has the protection by courage, there's no stopping him as long as he's in the stride. Now, going on GTM, this was disappointing because they didn't make the switches that they needed to in the middle of the game when they needed to. Rel had too much time, and You have Flo and Sticky on the sideline not making adjustments that they needed. That's what cost them the game, in my opinion. It wasn't the defense. It wasn't anything else. It was them not putting pressure on Rel. Because out of all the things that stood out on this PME team, Rel threw a perfect game. That's what stood out the most. And you weren't able to put pressure on them at all. That's why you lost. The defense, yes, lackluster, but that starts with the pass rush. You don't have no pressure on the quarterback. Your defense is going to be lackluster, and they're going to get beat over time. So that's why if you don't make the changes that you need to make a difference, and you have guys like Molly on the sideline and have no more rushing in, not doing anything, that's why you have the outcome that they did, and that's why the game ended the way it did.
I'm going to disagree with you. GTM's offense went 1 for 3 in the second half. Lou got stopped twice in the second half.
Oh, yeah. The last drive, yeah.
Schools you, don't worry. I got this.
That's not why they lost, though. So I can still disagree with that.
Because GTM usually they were number 3 in scoring, 20.5. This game they scored 22. So they scored a little bit more than the average. The problem is their defense this year was 6. Not a great defense, but decent. Gave up 20. This game they gave up 32 points. Rel scored on every possession.
Can I ask a question, though?
Exactly what you said. They didn't rush the quarterback. They didn't put pressure on. But Ghost, they were 10th in sacks.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up.
First team when it comes to sacks. So exactly what hurt them all season hurt them in this game.
Yeah.
They didn't pressure the quarterback at all. I know I appreciate what Sticky and Flo said, and I appreciate them, and they're both smart guys. But you had to know that you wasn't bringing no pressure.
Yeah,
Exactly.
they need to change that. And
you got 2 coaches, both up there for Coach of the Year. That's going to be interesting to see how the league does that. Who can't come up with one idea to send more help or to get Molly in, unless Molly told me he was dead. He was giving in that ball. He would have to say, I can't go in the game because I'm dead. If he didn't tell me that,
I don't think he'll be saying anything if he's dead.
Exactly. He would have been in the game till he passed out. No more. Did absolutely nothing. Now I understand if you got him against a shorter quarterback. Rel is taller than no more.
Right.
It doesn't help you with the height or the reach.
Yeah.
That is their big mistake, number 1. Number 2, as you get further and further in the playoffs, you can't fake your way through it. This defense got away with things against primetime that they were not going to get away with versus PME. And Rel lit them up. Tanner, a defensive mastermind, could not figure out this problem because they couldn't slow Rel down at all.
Yep.
So for all the guys to look at Rel and say, hey, man, he says this ain't real football. Well, the way he looked at this game, he looked like he was playing Madden because he destroyed this GTM defense. Destroyed them. Lou had to play a perfect game, and as soon as Lou got stopped, it was over.
Yeah.
It was over. That's what cost them the game. I don't put it on Lou because Lou still scored 22 points. Their defense let them down. And you can't have a plug-and-play defense. They made a lot of mistakes, and I'll tell you one thing. This defense can no longer strive with Anthony leading it. These defenders don't trust him. They argue with him all the time. They say he does not take responsibility on his mistakes, and it's becoming an issue on this defense. I'm telling you what I've heard on the sideline. These are other players on the team saying this. Do I think this kid is capable? Absolutely. Do I think this kid is talented? Absolutely. But you could turn people off on your play, especially when you're supposed to be the leader. He don't know how to put his arm around guys. He criticizes guys. And because of that, the guys don't trust him when it comes to battle. The coaches got to figure out how to fix this because it's not going to work. On the offensive side, I think they got enough talent to kill. I would like them to get another tight end guy, to kind of take attention in the middle a little bit. That way it opens up things more for Slutty. I think Wande had a good season. They got Bo. Bo's always a great guy. Bo made the All-Star team. So this team has a lot of weapons. The key is that they got to make those things, and they got to find a defender to rush the passer. Because coming up last in the league in sacks and then putting no pressure, it proved this game why they were last in sacks, because they can't pressure the quarterback. So GTM has the time to think about it while PME moves on to the championship. We're going to wrap this one up with PME coming away with the win over GTM, 32-22. We'll be right back.